Not every match in Inazuma 11 is created equally. There are some really, really good ones, but then there are also the terrible ones. The ones we all wish never happened, and the ones that disappointed us massively. There's so many reasons why a match could be bad. Maybe the tactics were a bit off, maybe it was too short, maybe the Hizatsus weren't great, but I think I've assembled a list of 5 of the worst matches ever to be seen in the series. Now, do bear in mind, I haven't seen Orion, and my memory of Go is really fuzzy, so these are all either from Ares or the original series. But that does leave the door open for you guys to let me know some of your picks down below. And yeah, this is exclusively from the anime. Maybe we'll do a video about the worst matches in the game another day. Without further ado, let's dive straight in. Raimon vs Chaos honestly just disappointed me. This was an opportunity to have such an interesting, exciting match between the main team and the post-game team, one of the most powerful teams in the entire series. And what did we end up with? Well, a match with a really high scoreline where they score a ton of goals, but then there isn't an actual ending, and so it barely even feels like a real match. Nobody talks about this one. Everybody forgets about it, and for good reason. It's just a waste of time. There's the whole Aphrodite subplot to do with Aphrodite joining Ryman, which I do like, but aside from that, this match is just a complete and utter just mess. It's like the writers started writing it and then proceeded to start bashing at their keyboards. At number 4, I've got Inakuni Raimon versus Lunar Prime Academy in Ares. Now, let me send you back to a simpler time when I was sat at my computer, sat at my laptop actually, watching the final episode of Inazuma 11 Ares for the first time. Now, it was the match, obviously, between Inakuni, Lunar Prime. It's the big finale, what we've all been waiting for. The match starts. I'm eagerly anticipating to see what move Elliot Ember is going to use on his debut for Inakuni Raimon. It's super exciting. I'm so intrigued to see what it's going to be. And then it doesn't happen. And then the match keeps going, and okay, it's starting to get a little bit exciting. And then Gojin, what's his name, Adriano, uses Fire Lemonade for the first time. Cool. Paying off this massive season-long arc for some reason. Cool. Exciting. That's like the goal. I think that means it's like 3-2, 2-1, something like that. But basically, it's the goal that puts Inakuni Raimon ahead. Sick. I can't wait to see what the rest of this match is. I can't wait to see where it goes from this. I can't wait to see Elliot Ember's big move that he uses with Sunny Wright that wins the day. Or even the big Earth-style 3-person move that wins the day at the end. I can't wait. And then the match just ends. It just ends. It is the most disappointing conclusion to an Inazuma 11 season that I can think of, because it's so anticlimactic. Look, I have nothing against Adriano. I think he's quite a fun character. But Fire Lemonade being the big final move? Come on! It's another Ares match at number 3. It's Inakuni Raimon versus Royal Academy. I have no idea what the public opinion is on this one, but honestly, I wasn't impressed. And it's all to do with the tactics. Because for some reason, they decided to do the match like Royal Academy is the protagonist, and Inakuni Raimon is the antagonist, who get the early lead because Royal Academy have got their boots or whatever that stop them from moving particularly well. And then there's like the whole stamina thing, and it's like, ooh, look at that cool tactic I don't get why we needed. And all in all, it makes Royal Academy look a bit pathetic. And then I guess the end happens, which is Inakuni Raimon, they win, and it's just a bit I just don't care. The tactics aren't great, and it's just a disappointing way to do one of the most iconic teams in the entire franchise, to do, one of what should be one of the strongest teams there. Not to mention there's that weird goalkeeper guy. No. At number 2, we're going all the way back to Season 1. It's Raimon versus Inazuma 11. Yes, the Inazuma 11. Now, I hate this match. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh on it, but I just hate how disappointing this ended up being. Yes, I know that's the point, that they're old men now, they're not quite their young selves, but then we get the bit where they go, yes, we're gonna be our young selves again, we're all reignited, and they use like 3 moves and that's it. I mean, come on, at least show the rest of the match. I know it's a friendly, I know it doesn't really mean anything, I know it's just a fun way to include the OG Inazuma 11, I know the point of the episode is to get Fire Rooster, but I don't know, I just would have loved to have seen the actual Inazuma 11 at full power properly instead of for like 2 seconds. Because I still don't feel like I've actually seen them really do anything. I mean, come on, the peak of their powers is cross drive. That's a bit pathetic. And finally, my number 1, my most hated match in the entirety of Inazuma 11, It's Inakuni Raimon versus Zeus. This match lasts for like 5 seconds, and it is the #1 reason why everyone says Ares needed more episodes. Come on, this is Zeus. They were the main antagonists of Season 1. They've got 2 new members, both of whom look really cool, but one of whom doesn't actually do anything. And it's essentially just a montage of special moves. This match is nothing. How are you going to take Zeus and make the match into nothing? It's 5 seconds long, I swear to Christ. I just hate it. I hate it. It drives me so mad. There's Zeus. You don't disrespect Zeus like that. Especially considering they had an outer code episode dedicated to them. It's such a weird way to treat Zeus, one of the most powerful teams in Inazuma 11, as just a little filler episode for Inakuni Raimon. They just brush him out the way. It's disappointing, and it takes away what could have been one of the most interesting matches in the entire series. So I think it absolutely deserves to be crowned as the worst episode of Inazuma 11. But let me know what you think down below in the comments. And make sure you like and subscribe and all that classic YouTube stuff. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.